close right now, I'd be beating them. So, I mean, it's heartbreaking, but really, what do you expect when you've constructed a team that is, honestly, and I know we're going to be talking about this later, and what I kind of feel the Yankees are doing now, but before I get there, you know what? Washington did a handful of years back. They grabbed all the biggest players, all the biggest names, never worried about chemistry. I think bringing in Roy Williams for a first, third, and sixth this year,
ridiculous.
It was one of the worst moves I have ever seen. Then going into the season, I'm sorry, Ryan, it's okay. And then going into the season when you had Chris Sims come available, who you wanted to trade for, and then to not make him a free agent offer and let him go to Tennessee when you knew behind Romo all you had was Brad Johnson and Brooks Bollinger, to not shore that up with something that could be better for a few games. I mean, that's when you see a situation where someone's clearly looking for a star name and not really worried about the underbelly that supports the whole thing, which is depth and, solid role players. It's sad.
And to your point, when you said that they gave away the draft picks, that is, to me, that is the golden rule. That's something you do not do as an NFL team. You do not give away draft picks. Because let's face it, the NFL draft, it is the most golden opportunity to rebuild your team because you can plug in the needs that you need to fill on your team. You don't give away draft picks. Guys like Bill Parcells, guys like, the Packers management and the Colts management, they go after draft picks. Why? Because you can plug in as many spots as you can with the draft, and you're building a foundation with younger guys. Look at the Colts. I mean, sure, we make a joke about how old they've gotten now as a Colts. Look like they missed a couple steps earlier this season. We talked about that. But that is a team, almost all of their rosters
year in and year out, 22 of the starters are their guys.
Well, look when they lost.
They've been a Colt their whole career, and you see how stable they are as a franchise.
Well, look when they lost Edgerrin James. I mean, they just didn't skip a beat, and they slid a die in there, and
Dominic Rhodes.
It's so that's the thing, and that's absolutely to Luke's point. Yeah, I mean, somebody goes down, it's kind of the same thing with the Patriots. Bledsoe, listen to me.
Well, you can go all the way back to Bledsoe.
Yeah, Bledsoe goes down, Brady comes in, Brady goes down, Castle comes in, and that's when you have the good management systems that realize they need to rotate things and have people waiting in the wings just in case.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, please.
I was going to say, that's a story I would like to get into as well, because apparently now there are reports coming out that Tom Brady has actually fallen behind on his recovery.
That's just because he got engaged, that's all.
No, what happened? I can't wait to talk about that. But, I mean, you guys sit there and you talk about it. This is what makes it so odd.
I'm in love with you.
Are you really?
This chick was sexy. I would have said yes.
Please, Brady.
What's your name first?
Inez.
Inez. A beautiful name, Inez.
Tilateca. Marry me. I'm the real Miss Brady.
I got a few Miss Bradys in my life.
I could be one of them.
You could be?
Yeah.
No, I'm a one-woman man.
And he stuck to that.
You're beautiful, and anybody who would have the opportunity to marry you would be a lucky man.
And he is right about that, because she was very, very sassy, if you will.
Yeah, I'll just tell, what's her name? Bunchkin there. Giselle, I'm like,
Bunchkin,
don't wait up tonight, I'm going to be busy. But no, I mean, the funny part about this whole draft... I think the funny part about this whole draft pick situation that you're talking about is really, and I mean, who set the rules about how drafts are now handled? Who put the point system in play? Jimmy Johnson when he was with the Dallas Cowboys. And Jerry Jones, it's funny, as a Dallas Cowboys fan, you never ever watch the draft about the time Dallas is supposed to pick, because if usually you watch the draft for your team, Dallas isn't picking there. They trade out, pick up picks, move back and forth all the time. And this was, it seemed like a really sound move they made with Adam Jones, Pac-Man Jones, and then they got that pick back, and they literally, that pick burned a hole in their pocket. They immediately jettisoned it over to Detroit, and this was a very uncharacteristic. And if you're making uncharacteristic moves in the middle of the season, it says one thing to me: desperation. And they became a very desperate team. And I mean, they're losing by like 40 right now. I mean,
what was the one move? You mentioned Jimmy Johnson. What was the one move that he made that sparked that dynasty?
Herschel Walker.
Trading Herschel Walker
for like 27,000 draft picks.
Yes.
But at the time, it's funny because people really, I mean, you can watch, the great series I love, ESPN 5 Reasons Why You Can't Blame, and you look at stuff like that, and back then, people really thought Jimmy Johnson had lost his marbles.
Yeah.
There's a college coach coming in, pretending he knows something about the college game, trades away his player, and they're like, this is why college coaches will never make it in the pros. Everyone thought it was a terrible move because no one used their draft like that. You know, everyone, it was the top 5 picks and everyone else was kind of whatever. You know, maybe you got lucky and found a gem at the end of the first round where, you know, Jimmy Johnson really graded out the draft and really brought guys in to fit a system, which I think is done so little. Indy and New England are the 2 teams that draft for systems, not because of names anymore.
Indeed, and that's why it proves that the NFL draft is by far the most golden opportunity to rebuild your team. Hands down, bottom line, nothing better than the NFL draft. We'll talk more NFL when we do get back. Also, it is New Year's coming up soon, and we do have some bowl games to look at. And I must say, I do have to give some props to Iceman. Wait till you hear some of the gifts these college players get from the bowl committees. I'll talk about that. We'll talk about more NFL, and we'll also look back at the 2008 year in sports, talk about your favorite memories. You can join us here, 407-788-0479. That's a phone number to reach us, or you can hit us up on the Ustream chat room if you are involved in the live broadcast. Hang tight. This is the Sports Buzz, broadcast live via the Ustream, part of the SoMaCal Media Network.